Hey guys, as promised, I'm back on Saturday with another video. And today I'm going to be making a pear cardamom cake. So here I have 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla, a 4th teaspoon of cardamom, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of butter, half a teaspoon of baking soda, baking powder, and salt mixed together. I have a pear. And this is half a teaspoon each. And then I have 1 pear thinly sliced in here. And then over here I have cinnamon, cardamom, brown sugar, and white sugar. I'm not sure if you guys could see the white sugar in there. And it's a 4th teaspoon of both the cardamom and the cinnamon, and a 1/3 of a cup of the brown sugar, and half a cup of the white sugar. Then I have half a stick of butter. And these 2 are for the topping. And I'm using a paddle to mix together all my ingredients. So let's get started. So first I'm going to take my melted butter and I'm going to add it in to the bowl. And then I'm going to put in my sugar. And then I'm going to put this on to mix. I'm gonna put it on 2, and then I'm going to add in my vanilla. And I'm going to add in my egg. I'm just looking to make sure that there are no shells. Okay, so one thing about my vanilla is that I put it in a glass bottle and I painted it black, and this is what it looks like. And it's black all around, even at the bottom, but not at the rim, because I don't want to get paint into my food. But I did this, I put it in this glass bottle so that no light would pass through it, because when no light is passing through it, it's stronger in taste. So I decided to put this, and I keep it in that cupboard right there, far away from the stove or the microwave or any heat source, because it tastes better away from the heat sources. And I don't refrigerate it or put it in the freezer, because that takes away some of the flavor, and I want all the flavor I could possibly get. So that's why I keep it in this. Vanilla is always good, but it's best used within the first 5 years, because it gives it gives the best flavor and the best aroma. So yeah, and so thank you. So that's why I do that. So now that my ingredients are all mixed together, I'm going to put this in my baking soda, baking powder, and salt into my flour. And I'm also going to put my cardamom in there. And then I'm going to kind of mix this around by just going like that with it. And I'm going to put a little bit of this in. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the buttermilk. Okay, so the buttermilk, I don't have buttermilk, but I did make this one. And I made it by taking 1 cup of regular milk, and I added in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice to make the buttermilk. And then for the cardamom, I didn't have ground cardamom. I only had the ones in the pod, like this one. So I used the mortar and pestle to
why don't you use the spatula to get the flour out, because it's not coming out?
Yeah. I use the mortar and pestle to grind it, and this is what it is. And then if you don't have a
you need to put more buttermilk. You just did the flour.
Okay. If you don't have the mortar and the pestle, you could use a coffee grinder, because it does the same thing. Just make sure that you clean it out before you use it. So I'm just gonna get all of it out. Okay. So now that all of it is there, I'm gonna just clean up a little bit. So this is what the cardamom in the pod looks like. And this is all I had, so I didn't go buy anymore, but I open it by taking the peel of it. And I peel it off, kind of like you would do with a banana. And then you see all of the cardamom inside. And then I use the mortar and pestle and I put it in there. And I just went like this. There's still a little bit more in there. And that's what I did. So I'm just gonna turn this off a little because it's all mixed together. And I'm gonna take my pan, and this is a square pan, and I lined it with wax paper. You can use parchment paper, butter, or the cooking spray, whatever you have. So I'm gonna use a spatula really quickly, and then I'm gonna scrape it down. And then because there was flour on top, I'm just gonna mix it. I'm gonna take it out, and then I'm going to mix it in. And one thing I forgot to tell you guys was that my cakes have been coming out a little tough. I don't know if that's the case with you guys, but I found out why is because when I scoop out the flour, I take the cup and I smash it, I rub it against the side, just to make sure. But I realized that that's not good because then you have like more than a cup. So what I did today was I took a spoon and I scooped it into the cup so that it doesn't become tough. So this is what my batter looks like. And now I'm just going to pour this into my pan. And I'm gonna scrape down the sides to make sure that I could get all of the cake batter. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get all of it out. So I got most of it out. There's still a little bit in there.
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah, please. So my mom's gonna help me get it out. She's gonna do that by taking the spatula and turning it, I guess, going around the bowl. And she's pushing it down, as you guys can see. Thank you.
Do you see the flecks of the cardamom in there?
It's
Like black.
right
little
there.
Black flecks all over the cake. It should taste good.
Yeah. And then we're gonna put the bowl back because I have to make my topping. So I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna put that to the side. So I'm gonna make my topping, and I'm gonna do that by, I'm gonna take my half a stick of butter, or 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to put it in my mixer. I'm not washing it because it's all going in for the same cake. And I put my cinnamon, my cardamom, and brown sugar and white sugar in there.
Can you just remind us how much?
So it's half a cup of regular sugar, a third of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of both cardamom and the cinnamon. So I forgot to tighten it, but now it's tightened, and I'm just gonna let that mix until it becomes like a crumble. And I'm gonna put a layer of pears, and these are thinly sliced pears. And to help me slice them, I use this mandolin. It's a Japanese mandolin, and it helps get it to like the same thickness. Because when I use a regular knife, it's not the same. Because I could cut a lemon, and one side would be like maybe this thick, and the other side would be like twice the size. So I use that to help me, and I'm gonna take it by lining it up, and I'm gonna use the ones like without the seeds, so that, and I'll use the smaller ones to put it at the top and bottom, and maybe in the middle. I think I need a smaller one for the bottom. And if you have leftover slices, you could eat them because pears taste good. I think this one could go right here. Can I break it? So I'm gonna break it so that I could put it like in the middle of like some of them. So, and I'm breaking the smaller ones in half. Right there. Then I'm gonna put it along that side.
What are you making this cake for?
So on Monday, it's my grandma's birthday. So tomorrow we're gonna go and celebrate. So I'm gonna make this for my grandma because she doesn't really like regular cakes or ice cream cakes. She likes cakes that like have fruit and stuff in them. So I'm gonna make this for her birthday. So here's my layer of pear. It's kind of most of it. You can't really see the batter, but you can see it sometimes. But most of the cake is lined with pear, and I think this is done. Yeah, this is done, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's kind of like it is a crumble. I'll take it out, you guys. And then I'm just going to take it. Yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle it on top. So that, and I'm sprinkling it so that like it gets everywhere. And I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. So, yeah. So I'll see you guys when I'm done, when the cake is done in the oven, which would take around 45 minutes. Yeah. Hold on. So I'm almost done sprinkling it all over.
Hannah, can you use any other fruits?
Yeah, you could use an apple. I think apple would be like the only one that would go well. Or you don't even have to use a fruit if you don't want to.
You could do a cardamom buttermilk cake.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a little bit leftover crumble, but this is all I'm gonna use. And I'll see you guys after I put it in the oven in 45 minutes. Bye. Hey guys, so it's been 45 minutes and this is what the cake looks like. It looks really good. So as you guys can see, the pears have gone underneath the cake batter, which is what we want. I'm so excited to try this. Can't wait. But now let's talk about today's Bible verse. And today's Bible verse is Romans 1:20. And it says, "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse." As I think about this verse, I think about all the things that have been made by God for us to have a good life. Even when we do not know what we need, God does. There is no excuse for us to not live our best life, because God has given His people, which are all people, everything they need to live the best life they can. We may not have everything we want, but we have everything we need, which is more than just the bare necessities. Sometimes you may look at people around you and you may think he or she has things you wish you had. That's normal, but the reason you do not have it is because you do not need it, or God does not believe that it will be a service to you. If we look at things in this way, we can avoid jealousy and greed. One thing I do not intend of avoiding is this cake. I hope you give it a try. I can't wait until tomorrow to try it with my grandparents for my Emma's birthday. Hopefully you will make this cake even if you're celebrating Saturday or maybe even the spring. Thanks for watching. May God bless you until next time, and always, I'm Hannah J. See you Saturday.